My dear, her words built walls so high between us, I forgot how to reach you. Silence grew where your voice once lived, planted by her fear, watered by doubt. She whispered warnings that turned my heart cold toward your warmth. The hardest goodbye is one spoken by someone else's fears, not my own. I loved you fiercely until her shadow erased your name from my lips. Between us lies a battlefield fought not with swords, but with whispered judgments. Her disapproval shattered the bridge I once built from hope to trust. Love suffocated by another's voice is a prison without bars. I lost us to the echo of her silence, louder than our laughter. She rewrote our story before I could finish writing the first page. Your absence is her victory and my heartbreak's cruel cost. I held your hand in secret while her eyes condemned what I loved openly. The truth is fragile when weighed against a mother's protective lies. My heart still beats for you, but her fear stopped the rhythm between us. Sometimes love dies quietly in the shadow of a mother's distrust. She planted doubts that grew thorns around my memories of you. I am torn between the love she taught me and the love I lost to her. Her approval was the lock. Your absence, the key I no longer have. The hardest goodbye is a forced silence wrapped in someone else's pain. She turned my loyalty into a battlefield where your name became forbidden. In the war of love and loyalty, she claimed my heart before you could. I carried your love quietly beneath the weight of her silent disapproval. The love I had for you became a secret guarded by her shadow. She rewrote our love story with words I was forced to obey. I mourn what was lost, a love erased by her whispered commands. Love once bloomed but withered under her watchful, unyielding gaze. Her voice drowned out the promises we made in whispered hope. I lost you not by choice, but by the chains she placed on my heart. The silence between us is her echo, the pain mine to carry alone. Her fears became the fortress blocking your way to my soul. I held on to you in the shadows, while her voice built walls around us. My love was a rebellion she crushed with cold certainty. Between her judgment and my heart, the distance grew insurmountable. I was torn between a mother's love and a lover's truth. She painted you as my enemy, and I believed the lie to survive. Love turned fragile beneath her protective, unforgiving gaze. The hardest part was losing you without a single goodbye from me. Her words were the silent blade that severed us in two. I loved you quietly, but her disapproval screamed louder than my heart. She was the storm that shattered the fragile calm of us. I carry your absence as a wound, healed only by the truth she buried. She replaced our laughter with silence, my heart with hesitation. The love I had for you became a secret I hid beneath her shadow. She held the power to break us, and I was powerless to resist. Love was a whisper drowned by her relentless silence. Her fear built walls around my heart. Your absence was the echo inside. The silence between us is a wound inflicted by her fear, not mine. I loved you fiercely until her shadow consumed my every thought. She rewrote our future with a pen dipped in doubt and control. My love was a secret rebellion against her quiet war. She stole the words I longed to say to you. I lost you to a love that was never ours to keep. Her silence was a louder goodbye than any spoken word. I held your love in the dark, where her voice couldn't reach. The hardest part was loving you beneath her disapproving gaze. She was the ghost in our love story, haunting every memory. I mourn the us she refused to allow to exist. Her fear drew lines between our hearts I could not cross. The love I gave was swallowed by her silent judgment. She shaped my silence. I shaped my pain. Your absence is her victory and my heart's deepest wound. I loved you with a quiet desperation she never understood. She made me choose a loyalty that shattered us both. The hardest silence is one spoken by another's fears. She painted our love as a fault I had to hide. My heart was a battleground. Her voice was the fiercest enemy. I loved you quietly while her disapproval screamed aloud. Her shadow loomed, eclipsing the light of our love. The silence between us is her legacy, not mine. I lost you to a love she refused to bless. She was the silent thief of our shared dreams. Love once bright, now dimmed by her relentless doubt. Her fear wove a cage around my heart and yours. I carried you in my soul, hidden beneath her storm. She rewrote our love story with the ink of suspicion. My love was a secret rebellion against her control. The silence she demanded broke the melody of us. I lost you to a war I never wanted to fight. She was the voice that drowned out my love for you. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. Her approval was the lock that closed the door on us. I loved you in the shadows of her silent condemnation. She turned my love into a forbidden secret I couldn't share. The silence she enforced broke the bond we built in whispers. I lost you to a love stifled by another's fears. Her words were the chains that kept us apart. I held your love beneath the weight of her judgment. She echoed your name from my heart with cold certainty. My love was quiet, but her disapproval was deafening. The silence she forced was the loudest goodbye I ever gave. She stole the future we dreamed together without a fight. I loved you beyond the walls she built between us. Her shadow fell over my heart, silencing your voice. I lost us to the fear she refused to face. She rewrote the story I wanted to live with you. My love was a secret rebellion in the face of her doubt. The silence between us is a wound that only truth can heal. She held the power to break us. I held the pain alone. I loved you quietly, while her fear screamed louder than my heart. Her shadow erased the love we could never openly claim. Her silence was a wall thicker than any love we shared. I loved you in secret, while her voice screamed judgment aloud. She painted our love with colors of doubt and fear. My heart was a battlefield, her voice the fiercest opponent. The hardest goodbye is one shaped by someone else's fears. I lost you to a love she refused to understand. Her disapproval built a fortress I could not breach. I carried your love quietly beneath her heavy shadow. She was the silent thief of every dream we dared to share. I loved you beyond the cage she built around my soul. Her voice rewrote the script of us without my consent. The silence she demanded was the loudest scream of my heart. I mourned us in a quiet room filled with her echoes. She made me choose between love and loyalty, and I lost both. Our love was a secret rebellion beneath her watchful eyes. She broke the bond we built with whispered fears and doubts. I loved you beneath the weight of her disapproval. Her shadow eclipsed the light of the love I held for you. I lost you to a silence she forced upon us both. Her words were the chains that tied my heart away from yours. I loved you quietly, but her fear screamed deafeningly loud. She stole the future we dreamed, leaving only memories in ruins. Our love became a whispered secret in the face of her judgment. She erased your name from my lips before I could say it. I carried you in my heart, hidden beneath her shadow of doubt. Her fear built walls so high, your voice was swallowed by silence. The hardest loss is the one you never get to mourn aloud. I loved you in the dark, where her disapproval could not reach. She rewrote our story with the ink of suspicion and control. My heart was torn between the love she forbade and the love I chose. She was the ghost haunting every memory we shared. I lost us to a war fought with silent words and cold eyes. Her voice drowned out the melody of our love's promise. I loved you beneath the shadow of her relentless doubt. The silence she enforced was the final goodbye I never said. She shaped my silence. I shaped my sorrow. I loved you with a quiet desperation no one understood. Her fear wrote the ending to the story I wanted to live. I lost you to a love stifled by another's control. She built a cage of judgment around my heart and yours. I held your love beneath the weight of her silent condemnation. Her shadow erased the love I dared to feel openly. I mourned the love she refused to let breathe. She turned my heart into a battlefield where love was the casualty. I loved you quietly while her voice screamed louder than my heart. The silence between us is a wound inflicted by her fear. I lost you to a love she refused to bless. Her words were the chains that kept us apart. I loved you in secret beneath the storm of her disapproval. She rewrote our love story with words I never chose. The hardest goodbye is spoken by someone else's fears. I loved you beneath her shadow, but the darkness consumed us. Her fear built walls around my heart. Your absence was the echo. I carried your love quietly beneath her watchful eyes. She stole the future we dreamed together with silent certainty. I lost you to the silence she demanded without question. Her voice rewrote the ending before our story truly began. I loved you in the shadows, hidden from her relentless judgment. She shaped my silence and broke the rhythm of our love. The love I gave was swallowed by her silent doubt.